I was in the bathroom taking a video call from my husband. He was checking up on me, but before I could say much, I suddenly changed my expression and quickly hung up in panic. It turned out my black boss, whom I was secretly seeing, had just walked into the bathroom, and I felt a chill run down my spine, because I wasn't sure if my husband had just seen this moment. For safety's sake, I quickly asked my boss to drive me home, but unexpectedly halfway through the drive, my husband called again, out of concern, to prevent anything from being exposed. I hung up without saying anything. Little did I know, this decision would lead to a disaster for me soon after. We arrived at a gas station convenience store. I was planning to grab some coffee to wake myself up, but at that moment I was horrified to realize the entire store was empty. I had to leave the cash on the counter, but just then, I noticed bloodstains on the shelves, so I quickly turned to leave the store, but the next second, I was shot. Seeing blood all over my hand, I froze in fear, not knowing what to do. Before I could react, another shot was fired, and only then did I realize someone was trying to kill me. To survive, I quickly yelled out to my boss. He was sitting in the car, listening to music, and didn't notice. Since I wasn't sure where the shooter was, I had to tear my clothes to make a makeshift bandage. I tried to peek outside, but almost had my head blown off by a bullet. I wanted to crawl over to grab my phone, to call for help, but the killer's aim was precise. He shot and shattered my phone in one go, so I had to hide behind the shelves. When suddenly a man's voice came from the cash register area, I realized it was the voice of a walkie-talkie on the table. He was asking if anyone was in the store. I felt like I saw a glimmer of hope, but I didn't dare run over for the walkie-talkie, so I threw 2 bags of chips into the air to distract the killer and grabbed the walkie-talkie, hoping the man would help me call the police. But unexpectedly, my boss outside suddenly walked into the store. He had no idea what was happening and was shot dead, killed by a sudden bullet. Can you guess who the shooter is?